All right, so we'll start on the ground, and just remember that anything that you need to modify because it doesn't feel right, or anytime that you need to take a break, like stop and listen to your body, right? So we want to remember that. We want to remember that this is a practice that's personal and it's meant to for us to be in touch, first of all, with ourselves and with sensation, coming back into the moment, and at the same time, that move the body and feel good, right? So if it's not feeling good and it's feeling too achy or too weird, then we want to modify, right? So let's bring our hands to our knees for a second, and we're gonna just lengthen the back and take a moment to just center ourselves, to welcome ourselves into this space, into this moment. And so we would do that with taking some inhales and exhales, maybe some deeper than usual ones. So taking a nice deep inhale through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, inhaling, exhaling, maybe doing an ah at the end, inhaling, exhaling. Hands on the knees, and maybe closing your eyes for just a moment and sensing the weight of the body. Maybe the quietness of the moment. My dogs stopped barking right now, both of them. So I can hear the breeze, a little bit of the traffic on Kendall Drive in the distance. And we give ourselves permission to be here. So giving ourselves this hour and a little bit just to hang out with ourselves and with each other. Reminding ourselves that this moment right now is a safe moment and that we are in a safe place. That we don't have to perform. That we're not being judged. That there's no right or wrong way of moving the body. As long as it's safe for you and it feels good, it's your practice. We're not trying to achieve anything. We're not fixing anything either. We're extending kindness to ourselves, receiving that kindness. Letting us relax into that sense of peace, acceptance, equanimity. No need to fight, no need to flee, run away. We can hang out in our hearts with each other. With those intentions and those desires, let's take our hands back a little bit and take chest forward or chest up towards the ceiling. Palms are facing, depending on your shoulder mobility, right? So mine are a little bit out. You can bring your fingers forward, whatever feels good, right? And so shoulder blades back and head back. Looking up to the ceiling, and I'm looking up to the ceiling of my terrace and a little bit to the sky. Let your mouth open slightly. move your jaw left and right. And then let's bring our head forward now. And let's take our feet and take them towards the front of the mat, or towards the front of your mat. And let's just move gently left and right, windshield wiping. And when we move to the left, we can look to the right. And just explore the sensations in the hips. Going as slow as it feels right and feels good for you. Maybe at the end, when you come to the end on the right or on the left, just hang out there and just sense that hip rotation. Make sure your knees are not hurting. Keep coming back to your breath, the inhale and the exhale, slow inhale, slow exhale. Keep going. Trying to turn on a light here. Nice and bright now, right? Yeah, so we go. So checking in with ourselves, right? Where are we right now? Hopefully we're arriving here. Or maybe we are already here in our bodies, letting go of the thoughts that we might have had prior to the session starting. Giving ourselves a little bit of rest. So let's come back now and bring our feet together. So bringing our feet to prayer feet, right? And lengthening the back, right? So lengthening the back, just gently holding our feet and leaning forward and back. So just very gentle stretch. Feeling that on the lower back, also on the inner parts of the legs. And just moving forward on the exhale, inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward, really as straight back as you can. Inhaling back. Go at your own pace, find your own rhythm, and sense your body. So, and use your hands so that you could touch your legs and touch your feet. So adding that extra sort of sensory stimulation to the legs, to the feet. Reminding yourselves that you're here, and that this is a really awesome moment because we're together. We're practicing together. We're reminding ourselves that we are community. So if you can, lean forward and just stay there for a second and just explore. So make it you're leaning forward, right? So maybe you're way higher than I am, or maybe you're way lower than I am. Maybe your head's going all the way to your feet. We're just warming up right now, so be gentle and don't strain, don't work too hard. Allow the weight of the body to sort of pull you down. Keep coming back to your breath. back. And maybe we could take our knees and just move them left and right again, this time open, just up and down. I had a little pop on my hip, felt good. Then let's close our knees, bringing our knees together and hug ourselves nice and tight, bringing chest towards the knees. And chin towards the chest. And then we release there, and let's bring our feet towards the front of the mat and draw back. So going on our backs, again, once again, holding our knees towards the chest and sensing our hips, and then just moving left and right. Left and right movement. Savoring the sensation. Finding your breath. And then coming right to center, and let's take left leg out, hold that right knee, and stretch that left leg, and hold that right knee really close, and just feel that. Flexing your toes, and then bringing left knee in, and taking right leg forward, out, stretching out, drawing left knee close to the body. Bringing right knee in, holding that left knee where it is, and taking the right leg up and bringing the toes towards you, so flexing the foot. Just finding how straight you could make your leg, and if you can't, just bend it to where it feels good for you. Just hold there. You could hold your hand behind, place your hand behind your leg, your thigh. Then take, if you can, so if you might just stay right there, and if possible, take your hand and grab the fat toe. You might need to bend your knee a little bit, that's okay. So straightening out the leg. Extend now the left leg, and instead of placing it on the ground, let it float. And just sense the stretch in the back of the leg. You can even touch the back of your knee. And then see what happens when you place that left foot down and keep straightening out the leg as much as you can. So it may not be as straight, or maybe straighter than mine. So wherever you are is good. If you can't reach your leg, your toe, you could actually also reach or hold your leg a little bit further down with both hands. Let's bend that knee and take left knee in. Extend right leg, let it float for a moment, and take left foot up. Hold. Let's hold it first with our hands. Just let it adjust to the stretch. Keep breathing. And now let's hold that foot with your 2-piece fingers. Right, you could bend the knee a little bit or a lot, as much as you need to. You could hold the leg further down. We keep floating that right leg. We should be feeling that right hip flexor a little bit. Just sense the body again. Just feel, notice, appreciate. And then let's bring that right foot down and keep stretching that left leg. And we bend the knee. And let's bring both feet to the edges of the mat. Take your arms back, sort of right by your head, and open up your shoulders so that the elbows are touching the ground. So your hands, you could interlock the fingers and place your hand right on your top of your head. Bring the shoulder blades to the mat, and now bring your lower back to the mat. So flatten out your back, flatten out your shoulders, and look straight up. Your feet are mat distance apart. And now let's lift pelvis up. And as we lift pelvis up, walk your shoulders towards your heels. Lift up a little bit more. And just breathe. Sense, again, hips and hip flexors. Let's come down and hug ourselves. And as we hug ourselves, let's just move it left and right a little bit again. Let's come back, placing feet on the mat and lifting up. Hips, pelvis, walking the shoulders. Take our hands back and let's take left leg up and press on that right heel and bring down that leg just a little bit. As you keep pressing on the heel, engage that right glute. Bring it down. Take right leg up. Lift. Bring down a little bit. Point toes. Come down. Bring yourself down and give yourself a hug. Close in, so knees really close to the chest, rounding here. Noticing your hips. And placing your feet down. All right. Let's take a moment and do some more windshield wiping now on the ground, on our backs. So moving knees to the left and then knees to the right. And sensing how the hips feel right now. And noticing any difference from when we started, when we were sitting down. So inviting more fluidity into the hips, the entire body. So today I realized that through this pandemic I've just been sitting so much more teaching because I do everything online, and I feel it at the end of the day, like, oh my gosh, I feel like not so good. I've sat so much. So I created a standing desk for myself with all sorts of like different pieces. I found the stepper that Maribel doesn't use. I put the yoga mat on top of the stepper, and then I found a refrigerator shelf that I could put on top of the table so that the computer's a little bit elevated. And it was perfect. It was awesome. So I spent 3 hours standing, teaching 3 classes, and I finished and it felt really good. It reminded me of being in actual movement in a class. Anyway, pandemic sort of little joys. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're gonna come up. See if you could come up and turn up, right? Good. Take a moment to adjust, right? I need to be doing that a little bit more carefully. And lean forward. Come towards the front of your mat. And let's keep working on back and sensing the back. So knees hip distance apart, hands shoulder distance apart. Inhaling and looking up, arching the back, exhaling, chin to the chest. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, and exhale. Good. Alright. So let's take the let's take right foot back and heel is up, and use this to stretch the back of your leg. So pushing back. Your hands are a little bit, your arms are a little bit at an angle, so the hands are not right under the shoulders. And just feel that stretch, kind of like almost like a runner stretch, but a little bit easier, modified. All right, let's take now right foot, heel goes down, and we're rotating the hip, and we're doing a side plank, modified side plank. We could bring the hand, left hand a little bit in, so we're stacking, and we could take arm up. I'm at an angle, so I'm a little bit off balance. So reaching up, and this time reaching diagonally, keeping the chest open. Notice the stretch in the hip. Breathing. And now going all the way up. Taking left arm up. Feeling that all the way through the right side. Reaching, extending. Bringing left hand down. Right arm over again. And bringing that hand slowly down. And right knee down. Let's take left foot back. Stretching out. Right? So feeling that whole back of the leg. Making the stretch work for you. Stretching out the Achilles tendon. And then we're going to rotate. So we're going to take that left heel down to the right. You should feel your hip sort of rotation there. And we're going to come up into a side plank. Find your balance. Reach. And then bring your arm diagonally, reaching, feeling that stretch on the left side, left hip. And coming up. Right arm goes up. Right arm goes down. Left arm goes diagonal. Stretch. Let's do it one more time. Up. Down. Reach. And slowly bring it down. Knee goes to the ground. Adjust your hands. And let's go ahead and move back towards our heels and forward towards our hands. So just slight movement forward and back. Stretching out hips and also your knees. So we're just adding a little bit of movement with the knees. Nothing should hurt, and if it does, then modify. Make sure that you have enough padding. Forward and back. Keep your arms strong. Sense your shoulders. Keep your fingers apart. See if you can connect with your breath. Exhaling, going towards your knees. Inhaling, going towards your hands. Let's walk our hands towards our knees, and our knees, right now mine are a little bit wider apart, so I am actually, my butt's going between my knees. If this is too much, lift up, bring your knees closer together. Holding here for a second, stretching. Bringing hands forward, tucking toes in, and pushing back. So take our time. So again, stretching the soles of the feet. And slowly coming back. Finding the balance. And coming up. All right. Nice. Let's come toward the front of the mat. And actually let's do a little bit of just movement, helicoptering, sort of windmilling our hands, our arms, and twisting the body. Letting go of tension that you might have. Again, adding a little bit more dynamic movement. You can speed it up. And then we can come back. Alright, so let's take a moment to move shoulders. And with that, let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and stir the pot, thinking of Massimo from our Dice House days. So let's move hips and bend knees and move shoulders, and we could even move our neck a little bit. Starting out in one direction, digging deep and sensing those hips, moving those legs a little bit, quads engaging, glutes firing up. Connecting with the breath. So as you go down, exhaling, as you go up, inhaling. And then now reversing it. face, we come to the front and we sense our feet again, right? Sense the ground under us. Take a moment to just bring your toes up and down and see if you could notice or sense the arches of your feet. You could rotate so that the balls of your feet are coming in and the edges, the outer edges are out, and then sort of do this side movement. Move your hands as well. Let's come to the front. We'll do a sun salutation. We'll do 2 of them to warm up, and then we'll move with the sun salutations. We'll modify. Palms face forward, chin is neutral or neck is neutral, so shoulders are back and down. Inhaling, pelvis is forward, reach up. Exhaling, fold forward. You could bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhaling halfway. So this time let's come up halfway literally and palms face each other, flattening out your back, shoulders away from the ears, feeling that sort of stretch in the back of the legs. Exhaling, bringing hands to the ground, taking feet back, coming into plank, and dropping down. Point toes. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, come into down dog. Take a little baby step forward. Push away from the hands. Sense your upper back. Bend those knees and now become aware of the lower back and your glutes. Stretching out, arching the back a little bit, and now bringing the heels closer to the ground. Chin to the chest. Look towards your belly button. Bring your waist up. Look to your hands, take a step forward. Let's come up halfway, lift again. Exhaling, folding in. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, hands to the side. Let's bring our thumbs to prayer. And just sense the body again. Find your breath. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, hands to the ground, feet back into plank. Drop down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Little step forward, heel slightly out, push away from the hands, chin to the chest. You're looking towards that belly button and just sense the body from the tip of your middle fingers all the way to the heels. Scan. Breathe. Look to your hands, take a step forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to the side. Palms back to prayer. Draw your awareness inward. Notice your face, your eyes, your mouth. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, folding in. Inhaling, halfway. Lift. Exhale, hands to the ground, feet back into plank. And let's drop to our knees. Lean forward, look up. Exhale, come back. Hands to the knees. You can move back a little bit and forth as we were doing before. Do that a couple times. Let's take right foot forward. Right hand to the right knee and turn to the right. Looking towards the ceiling. Sensing the twist. Noticing the left hip flexor. Bringing right hand down and taking right foot back. Once again, doing that motion of back and forth a couple times. Stretching out the body and adding movement. Rounding and arching. Taking left foot forward. Left hand to the right knee, to the left knee, sorry. And taking that left knee out a little bit. Leaning forward and turning to the left. Looking up towards the ceiling. Bringing left hand down and left foot back. Coming back into that motion, back and forth. Stretching out hip flexors and also feeling that lower back engage. Take right foot forward again. Take it to the sort of edge of the mat. Walk your left hand forward just a little bit. This time, make sure that you have enough padding on that left knee and see if you could bring that left heel up. Take right hand back and turn and look over to the ceiling as you hold that left foot and stretch the left quad and hip flexor and breathe. Letting go gently, hand to the ground, right foot goes back, come back to that movement, leaning forward, looking up, exhaling, pushing back. Do that a couple of times, nice and slow. Taking that left foot forward. Walking it out a little bit. Drawing that right foot in. Taking the left hand, holding and turning to the left. Looking towards the ceiling, making that right arm strong. And slowly releasing. Taking left foot back. Taking a moment to sit back on our heels, lengthening the back, looking straight ahead. Hands go forward, tuck toes in, push back. Balancing and coming up. Let me check time. All right. Coming toward the front of the mat again. Palms face forward, shoulder blades back, and fingers down. Let's inhale into chair. Exhale, fold forward, looking behind you, actually towards your belly button. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, hands to the ground, feet back into plank. Drop down, Chaturanga, yoga push-up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Right foot goes forward, left heel goes down. Press on that right foot. Coming up, turn your torso towards the front, hands to the side. Reach, arms up. Keep bending that right knee and keep the knee straight ahead. Opening up into warrior two. Shoulders down, arms strong. Keep taking that knee to the right side. Keep making that back leg strong. Hold. Take your left hand down and reach. Right arm back. Look to the left foot. Keep the chest open. Bring forearm to the right knee. Left arm diagonally. Stretch. Look to the hand. and bring hand down, left hand down, right hand down, right foot back, drop down, yoga push-up. Go on the tops of your feet, lift up into up dog if you can, if not just do cobra. Knees off the ground, looking up, exhaling, rolling over your toes, flipping them, and then taking left foot forward, right heel down. We come up, bend that knee, press down on that right leg, and turn torso. Inhale, arms up. Keep taking that left knee to the left side. Opening up into warrior two. Shoulders down. Left knee to the left side, looking to that left middle finger. Drop right hand down. Left arm goes back. Look to that right foot. Folding elbow, bringing elbow to the knee. Right arm diagonally, look to the hand. Stretch. Hand goes down. Left hand goes down. Left foot goes back. Drop down, yoga push-up. Inhale, up dog, so on the tops of your feet. Exhale, push back, flip those toes. Take a little baby step. You take down dog. Look towards your belly button. Spread the fingers out. Draw your heels down. Sense the body. Look to your hands, take a step forward. Come up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, take chair. Exhale, come up, hands to the side, shoulder blades down, pelvis forward. Relax your knees. Hands to chest. Come back and sense the body. Come and let's do a little bit of balance before we come back down on the mat. So let's place the weight of the body onto that left leg, and so we could let's do tree pose, right? So we'll do tree pose today. So heel to the ankle, left ankle, opening up the hips, and then taking that foot up where it feels comfortable. You could take your hands to prayer. Keep opening the hip and find a spot that's not moving. You keep your hands in prayer, or you could reach up, hollow out the belly. And then we bring it down. Foot goes down, walk it out. Maybe move your, do little circles with your head. back to your breath, releasing tension from the body. Go in the opposite direction with the circles. Placing the weight of the body onto that right leg, heel, now left heel to the right ankle. Reaching that foot up, bringing hands to prayer. Finding that spot that's not moving. Finding the spot that's not moving inside of you. Finding that that spot is always moving. And realizing that balance is always a negotiation. It's not a fixed thing. It's dynamic. And so we're always negotiating our balance. And so that's nice to know. There is no fixed spot. Reaching arms up. Opening those hips. Hollowing out the belly. Negotiating that balance. Give and take, give and take. Lengthening and then slowly bringing it down, walking it out, moving. Take your neck left and right, so like doing some big nose. So taking a comfortable stand before we sit, let's take shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Up, back and down, and sense the release from there, sort of almost like you might be getting shivers, I am, and then up, forward and down. Up, forward and down. One more, up, forward and down. And let's take right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the side of the head, just slight tug. Coming back to center, left ear, left shoulder. Hand to the side. Come back. Take a seat. Okay. So, before we get into really going on our backs, let's do a little bit of hip flexing and also core work. So hands right by your side. Let's take that right foot up, point those toes. Notice that hip, chest is forward, right? So you're not rounding the back. So nice long back. Let's bring it down. Left. Shoulders back, chest forward. Point toes. Best we can. Back. Both feet. Shoulders back. Back. Hug. One more time. This time, both feet up, and you could modify if you need one foot, shoulders back. This time, see if you can take your arms up. Cross your legs. You could place your feet on the mat, or you could keep your feet up. Lift, come down, feet back up. Shoulders back, arms up. cross your legs. You could place them on the ground and lift up that way, or you could keep them up, lift, come down, feet back up, shoulders back, arms up. Cross feet, last time. Lift, come down, feet up, shoulders back, chest forward, lift, breathe, and bring it down. Come all the way back, hug those knees, move it left and right, feel the goodness of that release that we just did from those boat poses. Good. Let's bring your feet back to the mat. Let's lift up the hips, walk the shoulders like we did at the beginning, and sense hips and hip flexors. Press on the heels. We could bring hands under us, interlock the fingers, and bring hands towards the ground. Push on the heels a little bit more. And see if you can bring the belly in. Waist up towards yourself, towards your chest. Hollowing out, and bring pelvic floor up. And release. And hug. And left and right. From here, we could take feet up. You could hold the back of your legs. If you're up to it, as long as you keep your head looking up, towards your gaze looking towards the ceiling, so don't look sideways. Lift and go on your shoulders, point toes. Remember, you could just keep your legs up. It's probably a good thing. And then just take your feet back, rounding. And go where it feels comfortable for you. Coming back up. And slowly coming down. Let's extend arms back. Point toes. Take a nice couple of deep breaths through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Release. Take your feet to the sides. Allow your hands to come, your arms to come to the side, palms facing up. About 40 degrees from the body. Let's take a couple of minutes just to enjoy Shavasana. Allowing the breath to be natural, taking time to scan the body from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head, noticing the weight of the body on the mat, becoming aware of the front of the body and the back of the body. And just savoring your breath. and start deepening the breath. And as you deepen your breath, wiggle those toes and move your hands, your fingertips. Touch your fingertips. Move your wrists, move your ankles. And start moving the body in a way that feels good for you, stretching out. You can open your eyes, situate yourself, and turn to your side when you're ready, taking a fetal position. And taking a moment just to sort of sense where we are in terms of our emotions, our thoughts, what we're feeling right now, what we're sensing in the body. And then take your free hand and push up so that you come up sideways. Come back to an easy seated pose. We remind ourselves that this is a safe moment, that we've had a moment or an hour and a little bit of just rest and relaxation, even as we've moved. We remind ourselves how important it is to take breaks, that we're not machinery, that the value of our life is not based on what we produce or what we make. Or how we perform. We remind ourselves that we're not alone and that we have community, and that together we learn, and we learn how to adapt and how to change. We remind ourselves that kindness is a powerful component for when things are changing around us. It allows us to deal with change better. So there's changes in our bodies, changes all around us. So we make it a point to extend kindness to ourselves and to each other. We smile. And we wish each other well. Have a good weekend, everybody. I hope that you rest. I hope that you feel goodness. We're heading onto the Thanksgiving holiday. It's going to be different this year, right? A lot of challenges. Things are just not going the right way in terms of the numbers with COVID. I hope that you are able to stay safe, that you do everything in your power to stay healthy. We will have a Thanksgiving yoga session. I'm thinking that it might be earlier than our regular 7 o'clock. So probably earlier in the morning maybe, and for whomever can join. But I'll see you this coming Monday and maybe Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. All right.
Bye, Carlos.
Bye, everybody.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for showing up, for being here. Big hugs. Good to see you, Eve. I'm glad that you're good. Bye, Kristen. Bye, Larry. Bye, Rosa Maria.
Carlos,
Yes.
Carlos,
See.
I wanted to ask you the situation in Nicaragua. Do you have relatives there, family?
We have family.